Vile naifanya ni true, hakuna kitu inaweza fanya ni lose. Me I got nothing to prove, najua watati when I'm finally through. Quality bado iko juu, mini fire but I'm keeping it cool. Fema mapesa ni vile takam, tabaki kutesa jo vile nafaa. Vile naifanya ni true, hakuna kitu inaweza fanya ni lose. Me I got nothing to prove, najua watati when I'm finally through.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of East Meets West. And that's the gang. No. And again, please guys, we have amazing guests today. They have the #1 podcast in Nairobi. In Kenya. I'd actually say in Kenya.
East Africa.
And very soon East Africa.
And then Africa also.
And Africa. The world. So I'll let them go first.
Yeah, Tony Kibs, Black Diamond or Black Bill Kipenda. Guys, come on. So yeah, from the Sandwich Podcast, mimi nimependa kuwa hapa. And before hata Owen introduce, East Africa hata kusema there's this time, baada hata tulikuwa tumeanza podcast. Yeah, tulikuwa tumeanza. Before I used to shoot vines, I still do. Nivile tu sasa nimetake break kidogo na kuna kitu nataka kufanya. I'm doing something. So mlitumia video yangu fulani. Mbona vile mnaweka reactions? Kuna video yangu fulani mliweka reaction. Wasa walinitumia. Kwanza niko like what is this? Oh my god. Niko like bro, hiyo video ingekuwa kuna venye unaweza print video niziupeke kwa wall yetu iko the whole thing. Bazen ningeprint. Nilikuwa happy. Sasa niko hapa. Big up.
Sasa lazima ungesema yote before mimi nijibu. Na follow up unatoka hapo unapeleka sasa hapo.
Mr. No.
Sema story moja noma. Extra.
Hi, it's the bad boy Owen, Pep the Dono, Owen Juguno. Women's Rep 2027.
Let's go,
mama. And I'm very happy to be here.
We are happy to
shout
have
out
you.
to the gang.
Yeah, guys.
Yes.
And tarehe
8
mimi sijui kama kuna siku Nairobi naenda kuwaka moto kama
8 October.
so tafadhali luku juu kuna spot za mapicha sasa alafu manzi ma DJ yani e time round. Let me even tell you what we're doing. Tuko na ma DJ wa East Islando na tuko na ma DJ wa West na ni wa bar
na meet pale 8 October.
So trust me, the music, the vibes, Big Sandwich Podcast kwa huko, Bololo, other content creators are going to be there as well. So me ningekuwa wewe acha nikwambie ukweli, clear schedule yako, buy ticket sahi because ticket nazo zinaenda. Umeona venye hizo tickets
zinashmove.
Love
it.
Keep jogging. Even though
guys, buy a ticket. This is like the first event of its kind. Be a part of history.
Siboeke home. And why we're doing it early is because kuna wala wase usema ngati manzeni spendangi vitu za usiku so that by 9:10 hapo umemaliza shemisha 9 sasa unaweza enda home na wala wanabaki pia tupige sherehe mbaya wazimu sawa. So for those who just want to come for the live show, you can come for the live show, and afterwards you can come after the live show. CPSC tutarudi kwa crowd, tuta-interact. Hakuna VIP, hakuna VIP, nyote ni ma VIP. That's why the tickets are just 500 bob for everyone. Sawa. Yeah, see you on 8th.
Yeah, so today's video is quite deep. We as East Meets West and Sandwich Podcast understand what you guys are going through. So in life in general. So today's video is about getting through the tough times. And
tuanze kwanza na all of us tumekuwa na tough times. Tough times ni zile vitu manzezi
never last. Tough people do.
Vitu zimekudu mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically, tuseme sexually. Wewe tunajua unataka sexually ngoja six times. But yeah. Haya tuanzie na time yako ilikuwa through what scenario? And
my toughest time was I was in law school kwanza nilianzia huko before nianze usanii sijui nini. I was in law school. Then at some point passion ikaisha. Nika drop out. But sikuwa nimeambia mtu at all. None of my friends keeps pekee think. Mom didn't know ni hakuna mtu alijua.
So anakupea fare
so for like 6 months bro. hata na feel like books nilikuwa napoa feel kwanza unajua search yetu ulikuwa na lazima uve suti bro kwa suti
ushaona au maloya zurupa yani nishamaliza hiyo kwa mbaya na kama nimefunga na rama
kwa suti nini na ka very ready na ka official kashi sasa ni hata naenda wera wapi bro napanda huko tao trick hiyo place ya PS sasa tu God of War vizuri na waza kila siku juu unajua ukienda 8 at boss juu unapata mandazi ukilipia chai mandazi ni
ya staff
bisa done by 12
Staff time.
lakini sasa masangu notice ni kwa bit sad but siwezi mshow unajua na film ni disappoint kwa lawyer since shit finally nikaa aya nililia mbele ya kina kids once juu unajua niliklemea wasiwajua kuza swali za shule hadi god damn it niliacha juu unajua kwa na notice
unaweza kumtani unaweza kwa home always.
For me, I think the toughest one I've gone through was trying to figure out what I want to do in my future. And still, I'm still trying to figure it out. But like, you know, when at that time when we're talking university, now you're being told right now you have to make your life right now.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I think a year, I got in a depression. Hata nikaanza konda real kwa hapo.
By the way.
I'm going through a lot. Like I could not talk to anyone and everything. Then Kila Reggae told me like, you are your brothers. Like end of the day, the shit you're going through, we can see it. We want to help you, but we can't do nothing. So it really too me, but it really hurt me for a while. You know, because it feels like you're a failure. It feels like because people like even if you know your parents don't make it easier sometimes. They're telling you, hey, you know who ati nani nani mshafika hapa ameshaolewa nini because now in our religion getting married is like a big thing.
Yeah.
And me being single till now it's like a become bad.
Wewe una beaches man.
Bana natia niko hapa tu niko drive.
Baka wanataka kuhuka.
Bana ndio sana kuja kuita village of Somalia bana.
Unetewe.
Bana. Kasemaga so for a while it was just pressure.
For me, most of y'all know, you know. But yeah,
Finally, the moment you've been waiting to avoid it topic.
Exclusive.
To avoid it topic. Kocha mwenyewe aseme.
it was the ambulance like scandal thing being called. You know, well, not that check and it's all like you cannot.
Tunakuuliza anything katikati.
Sure, man, but at that time it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
For my family, like as in it was hard, it was a bit tough because it also like affected like you know like my dad was involved in that shit for no reason.
Yeah.
Like you know the internet, Twitter is crazy.
Man.
You know once they say a story, everyone believe it and follow. Until we're in Karen, we already in Karen, at 24 party in Karen. That ambulance was to take us home because one of our boys like his car like had broken down.
Yeah.
And then one of the moms was like she was gonna send an ambulance in Mini to like escort us.
That exactly was my question. Like, who came up with that brilliant idea? Your idea. Like, maybe now you go
Story tu penye ilichoma sasa. Ni soko ndani yani fanya
But then I told guys, I was telling guys, don't post this. Don't post this.
Lord, you know, actually,
Do
a funny
not
story.
post
You know
this.
how you came to light? Somehow, someone cut the video where Laura was sitting. You know, if you don't someone cut the video.
And then I had no mask, my guy. So it was.
Me wachana kwa now let me tell you me my version. Mimi niko tu kwa nyumba tuna covid manze hakuna kakitu.
Ulipigiwa.
Sasa nikupigiwa hiyo time tuko na 6 acha nikwambie tuko na 6 figure deal. Tushai over the weeks before tunaongea tu na omse nini sasa unajua ni kusign tu. Na si wote tumesota hakuna kazi.
Bana.
So manze nini kidogo naona madhangu anacheki news. Naona usini doro.
Watoto wa
Sasa nilitoka tu nje nyumba tu nikapumua nikasema mama.
I panicked. I even cut on my SIM card.
She panicked. Hiyo time Laura disappear.
Mimi nakushow
It
manze.
was
So
crazy.
Laura, ulifilaje like when you blow up like the
It
first
was really
article
bad.
news,
Like for me, first of all, I lost like friends. One.
They weren't really, it's good, you know.
Yeah,
It had to happen.
it did. Like, but people were like really like, what? Not so many people were there for me. So people didn't want to be associated with me because of some people being told that, hey, your friend Your friends that shorty from the ambulance.
Shorty for the ambulance.
Shorty from the ambulance.
Even like
Why is he ambulance?
Sorry from that.
This is supposed to be a deep.
Anyway, like then you know that said it is my dad who got the ambulance.
Oh yeah.
So it almost like kind of jeopardizes also his career.
Yeah.
Because they put his whole thing on Twitter at his what. It was crazy.
They targeted
But
you
they were
basically.
the most supportive out of the whole thing, my mom and dad.
And also, wacha nikwambie kweli, pia sorry to put this in, but big shout out to my mom because to be honest, even me I was upset at you at first. When the news broke, I was just like, come on.
Everyone was, man.
But then my mom told me at that moment you do not need people, and that's why you saw afterwards. Like I was going so hard for you on like the internet. I kid you not, if my mom didn't tell me that, my mom was like, there's so many people against her right now. She just needs her friends.
Yeah.
You know, she needs friends. So as much as unataka kukasirika, hiyo kitu ilikuwa crazy. Nilipigia Edgar Obare, bro. Haikuwa mchezo.
They're coming to pick me up. Nikamwambia, hey, leo sikiza.
I was scared. Like, as in for them to come for me, so like it was crazy. Like
Because of that, Laura, when I stood with Laura, I had people who also sahi atuongeleshani just because of that issue. Because I'm jam at you're protecting her and she's on the wrong. But I'm like, yeah, what loyalty? What did you think loyalty was?
I wake up one day.
That's the definition of
Like
loyalty.
she knows what she did, she made a mistake, and
Yeah.
she understands
She
that
apologized
she
for it.
made a
and
mistake.
people don't
You
make
know?
mistakes.
Yeah.
People are hypocritical, by the way.
Man.
And I kid
This
you
one
not,
people know
that
that.
story would have died.
Yeah.
That story would have died sooner if Laura wasn't even in that. Hiyo kitu ingekata 2 days. Ingekuwa tu one. Laura alikuwa sasa.
Like 5 people, but was Laura only big.
Eh, waliona tu Laura.
It was just a video. It was an, I don't know, some what did something creative? Joe alikata exactly. Pali Laura.
Ikazoom.
Anakazoom.
One of my lowest moments actually, hiyo ilikuwa low excess. Ni na kwanza nikipitanga Parapta Road actually nakumbukanga. Nakumbukanga every time. Nilisa hata mimi kaa Owen nilikuwa nimeacha chuo, but mimi nilikuwa na plan mbaya. So nilikuwa ni audition for job. Base fulani nilikuwa napiga job radio station fulani. So nimepiga job, audition, alafu ujue hii time nimeinchange niko thadia. Thadia nafanya engineering ujue. Buda niko thadia nimepiga. Sasa nina plan kuacha. Pero ameshaniambia wewe cheki nimetuma doa hapo nimeshalipa 50k. Hiyo ingine nitajaza the next time tutaongea or something. Nimechill. So hiyo time mimi nisha plan natoka. Hii job ikiingiana hivi mimi nishatoka. Hiyo time nikaacha chuo. Job ikaingiana nikaacha chuo. Kaingia bro kuingia job. Na unajua nimeacha ile ile like nimeenda kwa register nimefanya kila kitu nikadifa. Ile nikirudi sasa ndio utaniambia buda uwezi rudi sasa. Si ati ile buda kwanza tumeligate field ni time watu kwa group wana text hey how was the cut. So hakuna kurudi. Nikaingia wera buda kuingia wera it's nothing compared to what I thought it was. Unaona like ni literally different. Na nisha fuck up huku mapiro wajui.
So hapo hawezi rudi.
So asubuhi ninapelekwa hivi ati napelekwa chuo buda alikuwa ananidropingi tao juu kwa UN. Drop tao mimi naenda napanda gari za West.
Naenda job.
Raptor Road. Nimefika. So ikafika my lowest point ilikuwa ile point yenye sasa siwezi rudi chuo, nothing is as it is, alafu sasa mapero akajua sasa. Unajua alikuwa ananipea doni kana nenda chuo. So niko on. So niko on deadly. But yote walijua. Waliniambia buda, hiyo ndio kitu nataka kufanya, si ndio? Na sasa hiyo hata unapewa si hata ndio inaweza kusustain na month. So wakaniambia sawa wewe piga job, wewe jipange. Si unajijua, fanya shit yako. But the lowest point ilikuwa hiyo time but activities zili happen hapo. Nilienda they walijua nikisema tulikuwa tunafaa kwenda trip Kisumu ya 1 week. Ya job. Buda so ninawaambia buda on Sunday mimi nimechangamka niwaambia niaje mimi naisha Kisumu. Wanasema unaenda Kisumu? Wow. Hiyo ni crazy. So unarudi when kesho uende shule? Nikamwambia hapana narudi next week on Sunday. Buda na shule.
That's when the side can be.
Na shule niko like fuck.
It had to come out.
So nikawaambia cheki, mi kwanza siendagi chuo. It's been like 2 months kama sijui month. Mi kwanza siendagi chuo. Number 1, budangu aliniangalia hivi. Unajua budangu sasa ni wale wasoma masomo ndo ametambua mtu wa hood. So ametambua masomo. Akaniambia fanya hivi, wenda tu hiyo shit yako ya job. Unaenda job Kisumu? Enda urudi. So bro, hiyo week ilikuwa the longest week of my life. Kurudi. Unajua kuna maneno. Yeah, tunashangaa boys mbona ako on silali. Niko on bro. Niko on napiga tu hero na natulia. Yani bro, hiyo ilikuwa the lowest point hadi vile nirudi. Nisema fuck everything. Acha tujue vile.
Kwa share shule unashikangwa nje za ufala. Mimi yangu kwa history ya insurance card. Lazima wangekuwa na info ya chuo. Bro, mimi na try kudelay hiyo kitu atizia wako kwa ofisi nini. Ndio tu straight up buda. Uko shule
wewe unataka school you.
But hiyo week manzeni nilikuwa down. Bro, nilikuwa na hadi nimekaa hivi machozi na dai tu kutoka.
Unajua kama nikiambiwa ni kama unapanda kwambie buda anarudi jioni na kupiga. Sasa uko hapo ndio unafanya shit.
So imagine one week
unaomba God tu Mungu ache budako asikam leo.
Like ende tu mahali yani. Nilikuwa nimetense so kwangu man, hiyo time ilikuwa experience nyingine crazy. Juu nilikuwa nafikiria everything. Hadi ilikuwa nianze buda ningeenda hata huko nianze kufunza first year. Nianze kufunza first year jojo. Sasa hakuna shida, fairi ni kwetu chuo in the vicinity.
Kama umefanya
kitu. Kadi niko chuo bado unajua. But anyway, hiyo ndio time yangu. Uko crazy. Kwani yangu ni mbaya je mimi jamaa.
Process.
Are you okay sure?
Niko poa.
Kongo.
Okay. So I think if we're being honest, my toughest time would be
mzee.
kwa mazi
Zimenyongo.
machozi natoka sana.
Msipako sasa anakuita. Oh, you know my boyfriend. Gibbs. Ndio hiyo zo unanyongo.
Kama ungeelewa.
Late nights I just cry.
I think I say my toughest time would be back in 2019. I think everybody knows why the YouTube channel took a break around that time. If nobody knows, let me say it now. I've never talked about it. 2019 was the year I lost someone really close to me, and it was after a long time. That year for me, 2019 was really tough because I was trying to balance out school and everything, and it was a tough time. I think to this date, it's still something that you deal with, and I'd probably speak to everybody directly. If you've gone through this, it's really tough, and it doesn't get easier, but you have the strength to deal with it. I think with what I experienced, I'd say it's something you deal with. It's not something you heal from. And it was really, really painful to this, it's really hard to put it into words. But how I got over it, I think for me during the time, I realized how tough I am, especially mentally, and I realized how I can be able to really cope with tough times. But also how I went through it has to be given credit to the people around me. Especially a lot, that's why I'm indebted heavily to East Meets West. The guys really, my family, friends, everybody stood by me in ways I never ever saw coming.
The thing about going through a tough time, unajua, acha nikwambie kweli, na mimi na msesi ushindanga sana pamoja. So at times nilikuwa naonanga dom in situations or positions where emotionally nimempeleka kwa club hata kutoa tu stress. Alafu manze nikaona manze unaona boy wako akibreak down. Unaona ile manze mko kwa setup but you see your friend crying na at times you actually think you're strong until
you see your boy
happens to you.
That's true.
Or even the same thing happens to you because hata me this year walai kuna point tu hata mimi nilikuwa kwa club manze tu niko kwa club machozi tu zinatoka tu. Kuna mse fulani alinikanyaga viatu. Na kwambia tu ilikuwa kidogo kina sense ile alikuwa huko, but then una notice at times it's not even you, it's just the pain. And unajua kama as men we don't know how to process pain atile kuongea. Unajua tumefundishwa tap up, beat up.
Hata hiyo kulia ni pressure is
pressure kulia manzi unafeel tu. By the way ukiona mwanamume amelia walai amefika hiyo
kupoza kabisa.
It's not even a weakness.
Amefika mwisho.
Yeah, so for me I feel like 2017 and also manze 2022 pia manze pia ili ni do manze kidogo just for 1 month but then it taught me now what I know which tukingesa kwa advice like usha but I guess 2017 I fell into school was everything to me. Manze nilikuwa nashinda chuo hadi saa to. Yaani mimi nilikuwa mabest hadi na cleaners na wochi. Yaani ungekuja Riara University ulize Bobby.
Wanakupeleka ni
wanamuonyesha Bobby. Unajua people actually think that I was popping hata nimeanza kupop J Smiths. People don't know even in uni back in the day. Before Smiths nilikuanga home.
Till this
day. And now and I used to love school because that's where I found my passion in life. So when I found passion yangu, I was always like in school. Unajua mimi nilikuwa nalala hadi chuo. 24 hours, as the only student who spent
time in school for days
24 hours in school. Kulikuwa na place ya wochi. Even though tulijua there's ya wochi. Na dom alikuwa analetea nguo za kuchange wa life. And then all of a sudden manze shit happened. My dad lost his job and now shule was my safe haven. Shule ndo ni place nilikuwa nakimbia anytime to me nilikuwa naipachuo. Me by this sikuwa nakaa na hasa mtaa. Hata watu wa mtaa ujua. Like singekaa na hasa mtaa tuko jaba kila time ningekuwa tu chuo na build future na believe because I was really passionate about what I was doing. So eventually now nikaambia manze bro wezi kaa chuo tena juu hujalipa fee na si fair na hiyo institution. So now when I got kicked out of school nilikuwa nashinda home most of the time, so manze depression ina kick in because sasa like there's no source of income coming in for your parents and then now unaanza kuona sasa manze ni kama shetani upanga hizi vitu, yani akupeangi time ya kubreathe amekupiga na chuo kidogo unaona barua za mortgage ndio mnachujua kijani kidogo mnaona nini dema amekutoka si hata hivyo ule dema unaona that time at that time they matter right for you pia amekutoka mabeste wenye that's how me and Dom became friends. How like to you wase walikuwa hiyo kampo na mimi wakiniambia Bobby tutafanya tutademonstrate hiyo siku ni watu watatu walitoka ilikuwa Dom Sasha na Ibra nani watu wa Smiths imagine you get. So for me it was really bad, so I had to change even my sleeping patterns. During the day nilikuwa nalala just kwa nataka kuona kitu watu wanafanya. And then at night ndo niko active sasa niko bad unajua uko so uoni watu manze hiyo time manze unataka kwa God na una feel manze God achangamki na ile pesa unamtaka una get like hey bro I need blessings tomorrow now lakini usiniambie ningoje 5 bro nimekuwa home kutoka Feb sasa ni July hakuna kitu ina change situation bado ni mbaya. So I remember me honestly I don't even lie to you, I was ready to give up. I've even talked to my parents about it. And we had the conversation and I was like, hey, facts, man, mimi nilikuwa ready kumaliza tu life. Una get, nilikuwa tu ready ku call it quits. Juu nilikuwa nakaa hivi chini na jiuliza nadu. Una get, like mbona niko hapa? Kaa vitu haziendi for me. Like si wacha basi tu nikamit mse alinitengeneza anga tupige story. Kwani ni master tukue huko. Acha kidogo binguni niimbe tu. Kadi kuimba ndo nakola do daily. Eri ni do hiyo job than kukaa hapa. But then
uko na dreads. Ungeenda ufanya hata hizo akuru.
Ukienda hapo kwa jam, hapo kwa traffic lights. Tafuta tu boys mmoja na dread safi kaza. Kwanza mkono ni unaweza beba. Sijaambiwa hapo. Malaya basi sijaambiwa hapo.
But yeah, so it was that time but yeah, like just it was that time but the beautiful thing about it is I'm glad that manze God pia alinipigania akanishow relax na plan.
I got you.
Na plan na hivyo ndo manze Smiths was
born.
Like Smiths was never born from party ya fun. Una get ilitoka from the lowest point and I'm so glad and I tell anyone that at times una feel like the solution or the answer is to end everything. But imagine ukingoja tu kidogo blessing yako ndio inakuja. Una get kidogo tu yani manze blessings zina come because who would have ever thought now manze ati Safaricom, Coca-Cola, Samsung manze kitu ina feeling hata si real kwetu anymore because mimi nakanga nangalia 5 years ago I'm just like I wanted life to end. Unaona? So for me I feel like that was the toughest point and also pia manze family pia saa zingine unajua venye ukiulizwa the pillars to your life unasema farm first utazana God farm alafu friends mimi sasa yangu ilikuwa farm nilikuwa nasemanga God lakini tuambiane ukweli watu ikangi God first watu weka family first. So pia mimi an incident happened this year and I won't lie to you I thought I'd gone through every part of pain and every pain there is until ikakam. Manze nilikuwa kwa kejangu. Na sasa unajua naishi solo sasa. Manze unafunga tu curtains. Autoki kwa nyumba. Wewe umegeuka Batman kwa ile ka cave tu. Wewe utoki kupika. Lakini acha nikwambie kitu moja juu ya kuishi peke yako. Landlord wako hataki kujua.
Ndio mlango.
Mambo ya depression ni wewe na landlord. Vipi kibika? Kwanza unatumia ma text ya buda. Wewe umetia manze niko na depression. Ni tu one more week tu.
Personally for me it's two, but I'll say the latest one. Year 2019 pia ilikuwa ngori. Shout out my homie was there for me and my homies. So this year I lost my best friend. 254 Maish, rest in peace.
And he was supposed to be on an episode.
Yeah, and he was here. And he was black eye attacking people.
And he used to come for shoots, man.
Yeah. So that one crushed me kabisa. Like I think only like Sami guys know, like this year kama It's Miss West ingekuwa na ma checks singekuwa na form. Cause I've not done work. Nilirudi poa August nilirudi poa, nilikalishwa chini hivi na sister zangu wakaniongelesha, bro. I know it's tough, but you see you have to go on. And ilikuwa
it was a problem.
I was drinking badly.
Nilikuwa kunywa pombe kama takudedi. Anaanza 8 am anamaliza the next day. Alafu anaanza tena.
Manze nakwambia unaangalia hizo vitu watu uwezi nini. Nilikuwa napigia Rea manze hadi nasikia Rea analia kwa simu, unajua wallahi ana nimetuma manze Bobby yani. Yenye mpaka unaifeel mpaka because unajua it shocked all of us because here Maish was alikuwa na coming studio na Mare all the time and would chill and he would be
na
so
bike anapatia ndo
bike yani alikuwa a friend of East West, alikuwa ka farm unaje ni msetu yani
poa bro. There's no problems.
I've not gone to a barrel where it's full of people.
Hey bro, that is whatever video.
That guy was loved. He didn't have enemies at all. So when he passed away, it crushed me badly. I've gone through loss before. I'm sure all of us have, but that one was like, what? You know, you're like, you've made plans with your homies.
Because you were with him the day before.
I was with him the day before. Kwanza hapa deja vu.
Sorry.
Bless up. So vile niliambiwa hiyo news, naambia msee wewe unaniambia nini? Mimi nilikuwa na homie of mine jana. You can't tell me things like that. And so nime crash tu, nimekuwa tu kulewa movies those I come for East Miss West. You know, I have that power of hiding my pain. No one will notice. I'm there, so I smile a lot. Smiling, but you won't see it. So my real people will see, they're like, bro, tunajua una struggle, talk to us if you need nini, we got you. So you even say that the people who get you through these things are your friends and family. Those are ride or die, and God obviously, and God for sure, because you know God is internally.
Well, so for you now, back to you. How were you coping mechanism yako, or what got you through that moment or that time?
Apart from like communicating with my friends, obviously, and them like giving me tips and all that. Pause. I actually found therapy to be quite helpful. At first it was very weird because you know as a man, especially an African man, like
go sit down and tell you
when you go
in unlock other stuff, you could like, oh maybe you did this because of the result of this. So therapy, my friends, eating right. I don't know time niliona sa excess. Unajua una stress it, But yeah, my friends, my family, especially my mom. Yeah, Kibs kwanza.
Big shout out.
Moms, bro.
And that I can tell you, don't feel like you're the only one who's going through something.
Thanks.
You'll talk to someone and tuona pia labda amepitia kitu similar, akona tips za kukusaidia nazo.
Sammy Mans.
For me, first of all, let me tell you how I messed up. At that point, I was like fighting a lot. He really knows this. That time to get through my anger, I do physical pain. I rather compared to emotional pain, I feel like physical pain for me is the
Gets it out.
So for the longest time, I was just fighting. Hey, hapo si sasa. Lakini uliza kana nilikuwa napigana like anything small thing was triggering me. Everything was triggering me. Like I was just fighting everyone. And then at the point I just sat down myself and I had to be real with myself. Like, you know, sometimes you just like not even I told myself like, bro, we waste almost a whole year trying to figure out this thing, nothing is working, and you've not told fam, you've not told Nini, and all you're doing is getting black eyes every weekend coming back home. Paka mother anashangaa.
Mother anasema mtoto wangu.
Mama analia kila weekend anapiga mtoto wangu, kumbe mimi naenda kutafuta fight. Alafu napiga na kuja kulia mtaani. But yeah, for a longest time I was going to that, but I had to just sit down myself. So by the realest person to yourself is supposed to be you. So me, I sat down myself and I told myself, you're really fucking up. And like, you really knows this, like, I talked to myself and I was really feeling shit and everything. Then I opened up to Kinare guys. And then this guys told me, bro, if like that, Paka Race taking me for modeling gigs, like taking me for auditions and stuff. Told me, bro, you don't
Big
have
shout out to OV Apparel.
Apparel.
So like, they told me you can't wake up today and then expect to be okay. So it's gonna take a while. You're gonna beat yourself up for a minute, but you're gonna get over it eventually. And even if you don't get over it, you know, you'll learn how to deal with it. The older you get, the more they won't heal, you know.
Yeah.
Nora's.
Sorry for the ambulance.
So for me, the one thing that like I didn't really know is that my parents, like at that point, we got really close, you know, because we were not really close before, and Ada really showed me that, let me tell you, when there's nobody, your parents see
Right
you,
for you,
they're the ones who come there, as in, yo.
As much as they give you shit.
That's that one really showed me for real. Like, also, what else? Oh yeah, like activities. Let's say like taking walks, exercising. It helps jog your brain and like kind of like not keep you in that state, you know, like where you think everything is just gone and like that. What else? Advice: don't drink. I actually didn't drink for like a whole 3 months. I took a whole break. Don't drink. You think it's a solution? Do not.
Never find escape from the pain. You never deal with that shit.
Therapy also.
How do you not drink? Like me nimeshindwa.
How do you fight the urge?
Like unaacha aje like.
Okay,
Drop your friends.
at that point, I had no interest in like turning up or anything.
Drinks ndo already imeleta hiyo shida.
It was like a huge like turn off. So like I see, like I just took a break from it. I don't know how.
It's drinking to have fun and it's drinking to escape your shit.
Yeah. I mean, usually I drink to enjoy.
Yeah.
At that time, I was not doing that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like, oh, I can name me addict.
No, msiniite meeting. Hi guys, my name is Kims.
And I'm also doing different things. Like, if you don't go out, maybe. If you don't
right now I have a
out.
girlfriend, so that's something different. I just want to try to focus on my relationship.
Oh wow, okay. Okay,
If you do certain things, you can avoid drinking.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, uzuri hata kunywangi hivyo.
Umeuza sera bro. Umeuza sera.
Mtakupata udem,
Hata mimi naomba msiai achana. Wallahi naomba msiai achana.
Nitafungua.
Ni worth it. Na kitu
Naweza fungua hata Patreon yenye unalipia kuona. Ushaona sasa tukienda showground ulikuwa unaingia hivi alafu unaona ni mami. Unalipa kwa gate na kuonyesha unatoka huyo hapo. So my personally me yangu kwanza unajua ilienda for a minute. Like after hiyo wajue sasa ilikuwa downhill from there. Like ilikuwa mbaya but at some point nilichoka. Nilikuwa nime-give up manze. Nilikuwa nasema hadi nilikuwa natembea kutoka hizi sides za West manze hadi Tao Afya Center. Unajua? Sijui kama mnaelewa how far that is bro. Like nikifikiria no earphones no nothing. Natembea bro. Like daily jioni. So like ilikuwa crazy. Ilikuwa hadi nilianza mguu zangu zilikuwa and shit. So thing is acha nilikuwa niwapatia bad advice but Kenya mimi nilifanya at some point nilienda hapa nika open up kwa Masano. Nikwambia cheki. Me honestly niko na vision, unajua? I have a plan. Nahitaji tu that right platform. Lakini plan na niko nayo. Nika open up nikamshow cheki. Mimi hamta ni force kufanya shit yote. Na before niende niwaambie hivyo nilikuwa nishasema whatever happens. Sasa washajua, the worst is happen. So by the first step inakuwa acceptance. Ukisha accept kwanza uko down. Accept kwanza uko mbaya, like uko mbaya. So like nikamshow iko hivi na nika lost. Nikaenda mambo zangu, shughuli zangu. Jioni madhe akanikalisha kaniambia cheki nimekusikia. Budako hata elewa sana but nitakusupport. Hadi nikamwambia cheki mimi nahitaji tu ni buy hizi stuff. Kuna nilimwambia ninunulie laptop yangu fulani mpya ya kuedit and shit. Nikamwambia anibaie kuna lights nilijibaia later on. But nilikuwa namwambia nahitaji tu my equipment kiasi pekee. That's all. That's all I need. Bro, Masambo the next day amekuja amenipatia check. Kaniambia hii kwanza hata nilichukua loan ndogo mahali enda ubai. Julapi ni mzito hata inawapeka sana. Sasa unajua tukae mazemi na feel like ashanipea ile stuff nadai. Unajua so siwezi muangusha bana. So nikajituma tu na pia mabishi zangu of course walikuwa around. Alafu pia nikipiga video zangu nikafocus kwa content yangu na imagine hiyo ndo time COVID ilikuja. Hiyo ndo time sana nikatoa content zenye zilikuwa zina trend every time like hata bila kutry nitatoa kitu na niseme fuck nimeka hati yangu yote wase wanapambika kusema wow siku hizo uko fit bro siko fit in fact like niko mbaya but na wapatia
unajua venye Bobby ulisema stuff I think no under sandwich podcast na East Meets West ujen na audience yetu pia sisi tulianza from a point tunafanya shit kusurvive.
Hapo ndo body ilianza.
Yo bro.
This needs to happen.
Atufanye 9 to 5.
Tuko outside of trade.
Tulifanya first episode kwa SQ, episode ya pili ndani ya gari.
Like it just had to happen. So meaning I'm like channel to energy yako kwa the right place. Unajua hizi vitu kaa kukata vile mnasema ni ufai like si ati ufai but channel energy yako kwa kitu cha kusaidia.
Something useful.
Something useful. So that's for me that's all.
Chegesti.
Wewe ndio huyo.
Advice. Okay, so what did I do? So what I did to cope with it was I focused on what the person who I had lost would have wanted me to do, and the version of myself I should have wanted me to become. Of course, there are things that did come out to play that they were not right. For example, my drinking at some point, to the point where this girl was worried. Bobby was worried.
Jana kwa nimeona
unampata kota tu unapata kota gari
kota. I had a problem
to explain.
Kijana wa West Side.
I'd say that I think but when it comes to drinking, with that particular kind of experience with what I went through, I would tell you this. It is okay if you had gone down that path. It doesn't mean that you can't come out of it. And sometimes in that moment, that may seem like what may make you cope, and that's okay. Whatever you may do in that moment to cope is okay. Nobody should make you feel like
judge you.
Yeah. So for me, what I did to cope with was my family, man. Shout out to my family. They really stood out, especially my dad, my sister, my brother, everybody. And for me, I got to learn that family is not always blood, by the way.
That's why we are family.
Yeah, in your thickest time. So that's what I did to cope. Don't be cheated. I'm still coping to date, and I'll continue to cope. But also, I got to learn that appreciate also when the biggest advice I'd give you is when you're going through such an experience, remember that also people are going through their own experiences. Don't shout out people's pain. Try and accommodate everybody. I know it's very hard in that time, but remember your pain, someone else is also going through the same pain. So don't feel like, don't get that anger inside you. When people are trying to be there for you, let them be there for you. Don't shut out people. Don't look for the negative in everything. That's how, I know it's a human instinct to do, but it'll get better. The best advice I'd give is don't expect it to get easier, and don't rush yourself, and then talk about it. Don't lock yourself in your head. Talk about it. Trust you. Best believe you're not the one who's gone through it. There's someone who's gone through it way before you, and then there's someone who's gone through it just with you, and they may have something that may help you. They can be able to say something that may guide you. So talk, and at the same time, go through it. Eventually you will find yourself. Eventually you will find a way to deal with it, and then life will continue.
Life interlife.
For me I'd say be patient with yourself. Wacha kuji-underestimate. Wacha kujibeba ndogo. Wacha feel like you're a failure and nothing good can come out from you. honestly, I won't lie to you. If that night that I wanted to end it all, if I did, there wouldn't have been East Meets West. No. Because me niko na feel life yangu imeisha manze. Sina kitu kingine yani, you know.
Yeah.
But then you see, just because nilipush tu kidogo, like God alinishow, by the way kuna hii mlango. Ukipita na hii mlango utakuwa sawa. So nikapita na hiyo mlango, but you see, don't ever think your problems are too big. They're not too big. It's wewe ndo unaziamplify kwa kichwa. The moment unamaza, the moment una-amplify kitu manze. Imagine uko na uwezo, and let me tell you something, the beautiful stories come from that tough time. After tu shapita hapo manze, unaanza ku notice. Mimi nakwambia we started this thing tulikuwa tunaka kwa stairs. I had to sneak into school to shoot East Meets West. They knew. I wasn't allowed in the school compound when we were shooting East Meets West. I had to sneak in. Kusema tu kweli, champion wangu big sana imekuwa God. You know, like that's why there's another side of you guys don't see it. Again, like for me, even me nowadays when I'm just feeling like manzeri vitu zimekuwa tough, as much as napiga hiyo sherehe na nakula kitu uzuri ya God, hataki ukue perfect. Get so acheni msidanganye na wase Christians ati God hataki ukue perfect, anataka tu come tuonge naye. Na mimi nowadays I found that easy, and for the one that happened like chapia tu na yeye ni best yako pia as much as everything. And lastly, I think for the one that happened to me this year, manze forgive. Usibebe burden yako.
Let go.
Unaget like forgive, to travel light. If there's something 2022 has taught me, travel light. Like it doesn't even have to be that person ati hata kama umsaja kama kukwambia sorry, wewe ndo mwambie sorry ndo let go. Unaget? Si ati yani just hata kama ndo amekukosea, because honestly travel light. Usiende ukitravel kama unabeba vitu, because one thing I learned about the process even with East Meets West, even after nikamalize hiyo process nikajua sasa life I getting easier.
You always get another challenge.
Kuna kitu kingine inakungoja huko mbele. So unaget, so travel light. But then also just learn to forgive yourself, learn to forgive other people. Be patient with yourself. Understand safari ni refu. If there's a word that I've learned through this time is the journey. Safari ni refu. Hakuna point utafeel that umefika ama tiju. Unaget, like even us
until you fulfill your purpose.
Hata bado tukifanya East Meets West, we started making money on our 4th year. We've been doing this for 5 years. You get. So hata bado hata kama nilianza East Meets West, haikumaanisha ati life will get easier financially. Jubado ilichukua another like 4 years to start making the money. Then the 5th year manze, saja umekania like
all the way.
5th year sahi manze, unaona Coca-Cola, and it takes time. We just didn't wake up and it was like that. You get. So it will also take time. So be patient tafadhali. Remans.
Nina feel kama mmesema advice zote, but wacha mimi niseme kitu ili work for me. Vile Samuel alisema, by the way, nilijikalisha chini nikasema bro, una fumble, alafu Maish would not want that.
Facts.
You know, me and Maish used to touch each other, bro, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So I was like, all these things which are chanad, why don't I do them? Why sleep here every day and drink a lot and you know? So nilijikalisha by the last month, nikasema bro, next month ni birthday yako, you're turning 26, you can't just be sitting and just couching every day, movies, smoking, drinking, nini. Just do something, get up and do something. Siku hizi nimerudi job, uliza Sami. Nimerudi for
unaona kwa mabillboard. Jana sasa anapiga shughuli yake.
So hiyo story yangu ya 2019, Dom introduced me to his therapist. Shout out to you, bro. I went through it maybe 6 months, 4 months, and hiyo story yote. And then you know, therapy, when you're done with what was disturbing you, the therapist will always bring another thing that you didn't know was disturbing you, and then una get through it. So I got over a lot. I was okay. Ndio sasa hiyo maisha sasa ikakuja tena crash. But nilikuwa bado nina reflecting what I did in therapy and what we talked about. So hiyo stuff yote tu ukijikalisha chini hivi unasema meeting hivi ni mimi God na Ray na nini tunaongea tu hivi sasa. And you just talk to yourself and you tell yourself, bro, it's either you do it ama you don't do it.
Me and they literally look at them. Bro, just back me up.
Do something. Do something.
And lastly guys, manze tunasema hizi vitu zote kuwaonyesha that pia si tuna go through it. Si wewe peke yako. Sasa like suicide isn't it, man.
It's not this answer.
You're going to leave so much people with so much pain, and all we're asking is just believe in yourself a little bit. Hakuna problem when you too big that you can't share. You see, all of our DMs are open. So just come, find, if you can't come talk to us, but sit to
personally.
Anyone here you feel comfortable with, kuja uongee na sisi, because at the end of the day, we really don't like when we're looking at yo tunafungua kwa news ama hata kwa magazeti ama hata tu kwa internet. Ati tunaona tu watu wameandika RIP. It doesn't aibambi. You know, even if you're a stranger, it doesn't matter to us. Just come through tuongee, tuoneka kuna njia, kama kuna venye unaweza saidiwa ama kama ni utakuwa kitu ya therapist. Umesikia hata Doma kuna therapist mkali.
Mzuri sana.
Unaget like we'll see how we can help you all. Sasa but don't usikae in silence. Unajua mistake I feel like, and we're going to have an episode with parents also. I feel like our parents have also bora kwa wamekupea food, shelter, clothing na wakulipia shule, wana feel like wamefanya kila kitu.
Now you should make it yourself.
And I feel like they're disconnected with us just because pia wanna try so hard. Na say no, mimi understand yenyewe adulting. When you have bills to pay, by the manze una hiyo time ya kukua na what una get.
It's a different pressures.
They
don't understand different pressures.
Una get. Na so wana disconnect na sisi, but at the same time they're trying their best to give us a good life. Si makosa yao wame disconnect. Unajua wanangangana hivyo, so uta feel like you can't talk to your folks about certain issues just because una feel like umse atani understand ama umse hivi na hivi, but always find someone who you can talk to, find someone you can go to.
There's always someone wanting to listen and wanting to give you advice, and people love you.
They're willing to help.
And people help in different ways. Some people give advice, some people tell
that's
you
what
the truth.
I like kituna Owen amesema people actually love you. So don't ever feel like usiingie kwa hiyo kama katatu uingie kwa shell yako kwame no.
Podcast tunakupenda.
Self love is more important than other people. When you love yourself, people will love you even more. So
sasa guys, ndio maana leo mwana tume open up atujanini vitu jokes. Leo tulikuwa nataka kuonyesha that we are actually going through stuff, and we're still going through stuff. Like haimanishi ati vitu zina get better ama ati juu tuko kwa limelight sasa vitu they get better for us. No, we are also human just like you. That's why we want to show y'all that it is okay not to be okay. Sasa but don't stay in that space for too long, and don't self-harm, distract, unaget, talk. Sasa there's always someone you can talk to, not to judge. Anyway guys,
na kama kuna advice atujapatiana comment section,
someone would really use your advice.
Your story, if you can give your story to help someone, it will be
Sasa if you feel like you're open enough, sawa. Na msisahau
8th October bana.
8th lakini mood imekuwa kidogo ameningisha in my feelings.
Kwanza we also had a live show ilikuwa May something. March 4th. Na Bobby alikuwa manze,
and big shout out to this guys because manze wali baka alinitoa Bobby.
Hiyo ndio nilikuwa nadai kusema. Niliita Bobby on stage kwa mwambie come.
Manze na nimeenda
kujitambua nilitambua umsa kwa hapa kama unajua na kama mtaniita kwa stage mniambie mapema. Right down my jokes. By the way, lazima niandike
kujela msiba wake. Umemtaja sana. Sasa, and don't forget also the live show is not just about us. We have episodes where you guys will join us on set. Tuko na episode kama mnakumbuka ile episode where we were playing for 10,000. Ile ya who knows who more. So you guys will be on the stage and we'll be asking you questions, and the person who wins 10,000. Also, there's a game for couples that we will introduce on that day. The winner will also get a staycation at EB Styles. So kuna vitu
there's goodies always.
So don't think that it's just about us now. It's also about you guys.
More
So
about
manze,
you
make
guys.
sure me buy ticket yako sahi kabla zi sell out, because in enda kwa one of the biggest
What
shows. The platform where you can get your tickets, it's called Events Turi. But I'll put the link down below. So get your ticket, buy for your friend. Usikuje solo, ataki kuja peke yako.
Enda in a group.
Ambia race course, by the way, it's in race course.
Saa iko Ngong Race Course, 8 October, Winning Post, tuko ndani. Come be part of history. Sasa, come be part of history. Yeah, till next time.
Keep it East Meets West.
Like